Okay, thank you for watching. Older divine feminines, major life and relationship lessons learned. Okay, I appreciate you if you're coming in good energy. If you do not know who I am, I invite you, of course, to check out the description box, as well as all of the many videos that I have here that I've compiled over the years. And it's a combination of my stuff and other content creators and so forth. Okay, this is kind of like a channel message, if you want to call it that, or a message for the collective of divine feminines. That's the older generation. And I want to say congratulations, because this has been one hell of a ride for you. These are the groups of women that were born into toxic family dynamics, narcissistic environments, and due to all of these abuses, spiritual, personal, in every way in their lives from the beginning, they were infantile, sabotaged, and hindered from the natural growth, okay, that occurs when you're not under constant attack or not in constant survival mode, and you don't have people abusing you constantly and trying to stop your growth, maturation, autonomy, and development. So some of these lessons seem learned late, but it's not because of the lack of smartness or capability. So the reason why the divine feminists have been able to finally get even here, though they're still healing, they're still growing and evolving, they're still in recovery, okay? But the reason why they've got these hurdles is because they put themselves in a witness protection program, and they started separating and cutting things and people off, starting with family. Okay, and they started allowing their instincts and making decisions that was going to give them some opportunity to reparent themselves. Okay, and so with some of that healing that they have gotten, they're still working on it, right? But it's given them this much space in order to be able to get past these couple of few hurdles here. So major feat here on behalf of Divine Feminine, and I'm so happy and proud, okay, of these collective of older Divine Feminines, because it was hell. It was like being born into a nightmare of a bunch of zombies and killers and and everything. Before you even have a shot, before you even fucking have a shot, it was like being instantly boom, and then one after the next, okay? And so, feminine, yeah, nice. I was going pretty strong, and one of my karmics, as typical usual on my TikTok platform, was on there and submitted the violation warning button because I was going there, see, when the shoe fits, okay, I was going there talking about how you all have a right to live and be and thrive, and not allow you or your children to be victimized. And so, and a part of that is you realize, you learn when you discover you really can't trust anybody, and you discover the flaws of the system and the law. And when you go to people and the people is stupid, just stupid, okay? The law, they're supposed to be the investigators. They're supposed to, that's what they're fucking hired for. They're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, the detectives. And on top of that, they'll give you advice that is not really helpful for you. That's almost putting you at harm's way. They'll tell you stuff like, you're supposed to answer, no, because, you got to answer the phone so that they could document that you answered and you said, don't call me no more. Well, the fact that you see all these 1,000 missed calls of niggas, shouldn't that tell you that the said don't call me no more? You see all the red nigga? Anyway. But that's ill-advised because of the times we're in for so many reasons. For an example, technology today, as we know it, the criminals, and we're surrounded by some serious ones that pretend not to be criminals. Okay? That's into the technology shit. You know, it's called voice recognition. So you answer a call and they won't say nothing, and they wait for you to say something so they can record that so they can use that. So this is one of the reasons why this wouldn't be wisdom for her. The other reason why this would not be wisdom for the divine feminines or anybody is because, again, the collective that deal with people that's into that crazy shit. So the bitch or the nigga waiting for you to answer the phone so that they can do their shit, so that they get on there and be like, shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puffs, shimmy, shimmy, rah, and you know, they're not saying nothing, but in the background, they got this, they're doing that, you know, whatever the fuck. We ain't got time for that shit. And that's not even taking into account your time and mental health. So you just, no. Do your damn jobs, people. I want to do shit. So, again, the feminists have had to do what was necessary, understanding they had to cut off everybody. There was nobody they can trust, okay? Had to let go of everything. And because there was nobody they can trust, what does that mean? I need people to get educated today. God damn it. People so smart, but not so smart. If somebody puts themselves in their own self-made witness protection program, and because, you know, if you go into that program, they make you cut off everybody, and it's for your safety. They make you do that. They give you a whole new identity. They take everything because they're trying to, there's something major going on. They make you do that in the name of your safety, that of the safety of you and your children. Okay, so which means what? You have to let go of what? I need people to get practical and get their heads out their goddamn asses or out of the sky. So it means that you let go of your resources, your networks, your thing is credit based, and everything is reference based, and everybody wants your social security number, your blood, everything you ever did in your life, as well as 20 references. Okay, it's all paper and it's all bullshit, but nonetheless, because sometimes people get that whole perfect profile package and the nigga and the bitch is still a hoe and a thief, and they still ain't gonna give you, bitch, what the fuck you think you finna get, and they gonna still run out on you on the goddamn bill, nigga. And so, exactly. So, where am I going with this? Feminine, in the name of trying to preserve and give herself space and time to be able to sift through to determine what was what, okay? Realizing that, hey, I don't know, all I know is something crazy happening here to me and my kid, and all I know is we have a right to live and be and thrive. That's what I know. And so that's my goddamn priority at this time. Which means that then it's going to be challenging I'm sorry, it looks like something's going on with that. I'm sorry. It's going to be challenging for her to be able to just quickly and smoothly, under normal circumstances, when you move around in places and under the most healthiest conditions and normal, you can still flow. You got all of your stuff with you. You have your references. You have all of your things. And so it may still be challenging, but it's easier because it's not like you're just wiping off slate. So you have something to go on and something to put that the people could call and reference. And when you don't want people to be referencing to your killers, you really are not that interested in providing information to do with people that you want to be dead or people that is dead to you. Because you know that these are people who want you dead or your children dead or trying to take authority over you like you're some kind of property. Or nosing around, putting their stank ass nose in your fucking business so they can find a creative way to muddy shit up. So you want to keep their skankatronic asses where they are. Away from you, your life, your business, and your affairs. And since this world is retarded, no matter how many lessons they get shown decade after decade, you can have your perfect profile and you will still have somebody come in and rob your dumb ass. When you gonna learn? All the checks and balances, but the one that don't have your package profile is gonna be the one that's least likely to run out on what they owe you, or least likely to be any kind of problem to you and your business. But because you're too narrow-minded, rigid, and limited and ignorant, in some cases too goddamn nosy because you have an ulterior motive. Let's just keep that on a 100. Feminine learn like, no, it's gonna be rough for me, but this is my right. Now, is it gonna make this a challenge? It is, because everything is governed by that. Anything that you attempt to do, they want you to have three. It's virtually almost nothing. I don't care what program it's a part of. I don't care, most everything is going to ask for that. And until you get an opportunity, you have to be able to get established. When you uproot your life and go into some witness protection stuff, you have to create it, and then you have to find who's trustworthy there, because just because you uproot don't mean that the next land you land ain't a bunch of crazies either. So you have to learn, like, this is a foreign land. So, feminine learned like people are weird and people don't really have no real depth to them. It's like, how is it that you've been here forever, ever, and you don't have no fucking decorum, no fucking understanding that it's natural for someone that don't know nothing about none of you or this place. It's natural for them to be apprehensive because they are the ones that's amongst strangers, motherfuckers. amongst a groups of people who are all familiar with one another. So why should the, come on, nigga, why the fuck should they trust you? Especially when the humans continue to prove their fickleness and they continue to prove their two-faced nature. So they supposed to want to disclose some shit to you. They supposed to want to put bare their vulnerabilities to your ass. People who have gone through trauma, see, again, this is the ignorance. Feminine has realized that people talk all this big education. They talk that, but if people were really apt in things, then they would have a different approach because they would be aware. Like, okay, when people say they went through traumatic events, nigga, they went through traumatic events. Now, what your dumb ass gonna do? You finna be a problem? What? Feminine passed this time because she realized that I have a right to not allow the system or anybody who is ruled by the system to manipulate me into putting me and my children in harm's way. Especially when I know how crooked the system is in and of itself. We have a right. Feminine accepted. We have a right. And we're not going to be head fucked and gaslit, and we're going to peep game. And that's what feminine did. She peeped game. She peeped how people were moving with her. She evaluated her personal experiences with various people so that she can be clear in her head about what was really going on versus what people were trying to make it seem like what was going on. And she said, to hell with that. And that's the part that comes in where this desire of feminine carries from liberating herself from the toxic shit she come from, the nature of her blood being professional criminals. And that's what they are. Sorry. Okay. Huh? Professional. When feminine started her journey, that was a part of what was, she went through the wrestling matches of that from the earlier stages to where it's like, I don't want to be this, I don't want to be this, I don't want to be this. But then these extremes, she had to learn the game of the matrix. Because those people aren't integral. They're not honest. They're not forthcoming. They're not going to reveal their hand. And they are certainly breaking rules when it suits them. And as she saw it with her own eyes, that's what helped her to know that, honey, they spitting that trash out to you and they spitting that trash out to people who's stupid. Okay? Who's not in the know about their behind the scenes goings-ons and affairs. So they'll go around, feminine learned it, they'll go around to their communities and to the people who look up to them, to the people who is oblivious and all of that. And they will highlight something that they already kind of knew, but it worked for them, so it wasn't an issue. But now that something is not what they want it to be anymore, then they'll conveniently pull for that and then go and take it to the townspeople, the village people. And start, saying shit like, yeah, because that's not what the real motivation is, though. Okay, feminine learned, she peeped the game. This was a part of how she passed this shit. Most people, okay, in these scenarios, and the feminine's been saying this, and people are just late and slow. They're slow. And in some case, they don't want to believe it. Okay. But it's like this, for an example, y'all gotta learn how to think. If somebody, let's say somebody's got a secret life and they got some secret things going on. Let's say there's a business and the head of this particular business has some secret goings ons. They just because they don't have it on their name tag, it's called a secret for a reason. So let's say they secretly got some kind of unsavory things going on in the background. Okay. And let's say they got themselves caught up. Okay. Maybe with one of their business partners or somebody that they have a customer or business with, one of their relatives. And let's say that relative they were involved with this person, getting them involved with another person, another customer. And then in their little dialogue between this person and them, the person, for whatever their reason is, at some point, they decided to put it to an end, and they were not happy about that. I don't know if whether or not the person either ghosted or they just said, I don't want to do it, whatever the reason is, and they're not happy about it. Now I need y'all to put your thinking caps on, okay, and sit and think. This person already has revealed that they will operate in unsavory ways if they were dealing with one of their customers' family members, and if they got that family member to do some unsavory things regarding another customer. So they've already revealed their capability, and they already revealed that they will dip their pen in the company ink, or allow their ink to be dipped in by the pen. They've already revealed that. So now that they're unhappy and they have a goal in mind of what they want done because they're upset, they're salty, what do you suppose that's going to look like? And how do you suppose they're going to execute that plan without looking like what they are, without making themselves to be exposed, and without looking like what they truly are? If they have an image to uphold, and for the sake of business, and then also just for the sake of being able to get other people to be willing to band together for the cause, they have to look like this is about official things, even if it's still out of pocket. That's the first red flag, is this in the jurisdiction of their scope. And if it's not, that's the sign. Most people miss that one anyway, though. What do you suppose they're going to do? So they're going to, this is what most toxic antagonistic personalities do. They look for some truths that they possibly already knew about. When they benefit off things, they don't have a problem with shit. But they'll pretend, they'll get selective amnesia. So what they'll do is they'll find something, they're going to evaluate, the people that they're going to go to, and they're going to use those things. If it's racism, if it's religious based, whatever it is, but they're going to still centralize it. If it's sexism, because a lot of people have different shit going on there. So they're going to start talking about, I need you, I'm concerned. They're going to create this fake concern, this fake, alarm. I'm going to enjoy this good and plenty. Just wait for it. Enjoy this. They're going to go around. That's how they're going to stir it up. And most people with that ignorance, that lack of knowledge and understanding and depth, and the fact that chances are they're triggered anyway, so they're all too excited and happy to get, because chances are one of the other hoes, oops, chances are woo, chances are one of the other persons that's on the bandwagon, that's in the front, is another motherfucker that's sour about we secretly, of course, because they already got a person. So what you think? They're going to do whatever they can to basically smear that person, which the truth is they're mad because they think this person that no longer wants to deal with them, that they had sent over to mess with the other customer to begin with, that they shouldn't have done to start. And they feel in some kind of way. I don't know if it's because if they feel like this person may have actual real feelings that was not supposed to be a part of the whole package. It was supposed to be, we gonna clown, we gonna humiliate, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. It was supposed to be the nasty shit that everybody pretend to not be. Divine feminines that graduated this stuff realize, like, hey, as she watched movements in her environment, her children's environment, in different spaces with other people, she became very, 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 very observant. And she started recollecting different things like, nah, people, nah, that's bullshit, bullshit. Feminine graduates realizing she have a right to create that space until she can make sense of things. The law won't help. See, because these feminists could have been definitely traditional and wanting to go all these conventional and conservative routes. But when When that's not working for you and your health and well-being and safety and that of your children is at stake, all that other bullshit, that fucking bureaucracy bullshit goes out the fucking door. Especially when you see crackheads, drug addicts, thugs, gangsters, drunks. You know what I'm saying? Come on, nigga. That bullshit go out the door. Uh-huh. When you start peeping it. Uh-huh. Is that the homie you let? Who that? Who that? Is that the homie? Nah. Congratulations, feminine. See, most of these folks, what's fascinating is the people with the biggest mouths and the most to say ain't went through even 10% of what you have experienced. They wouldn't even know what the fuck to do. They can't even handle the shit that's regular, bitch. So most of the people that sit up, talk the game, they don't know what the hell that they would actually do. They don't know. They speculating it. Where am I going with this? As I said on the TikTok, when you know that, when you know people don't really mean you any good, they don't have your best interest at heart or your children's best interest at heart. You don't give the killer the GPS location, right? You don't make it easy for them. You don't put your iPhone on, but share my location knowingly with someone who is your potential killer. Here, killer, let me share my location. So just because for the purposes of me being honest, you're a liar, killer, but for the purposes of me being honest, let me go ahead and share my location with you so that way you won't have no issues or troubles of trying to figure out where I am or knowing where I am. Feminine realized that that's a part of her divine birthright, is to, when people are trying to gaslight her, because that's what all that is, gaslighting. Those are forms of black magic, which unfortunately why a lot of people are under the heat and they don't get why they're under the heat so heavy. That is dark magic. When the goal is for nefarious reasons, to heavily manipulate and try to confuse somebody about intention, motivation, plans for baneful or nefarious, toxic reasons, that is dark magic. Trying to create an illusion, right? So feminine has realized that when this is what is happening, she has a right to do what is necessary to preserve her or her children until she can unravel what's what, and until she can safely and wisely navigate her world having no resources or references to use put the divine feminine at a disadvantage for a very long time. The narcs of her blood and the posses that work with them, that was supposed to help to foster her demise, because she would have nowhere to go and no one to turn to. There would be nobody to trust, because people, black folks, well, let me stop, run their mouth and they're sellouts. You know what I'm saying? They run their mouth. If you ask them to respect your boundaries, they don't. They fucking don't. They on the phone telling people shit, and then this one this, and this one that, and this one this. So it's like, what do you do? Feminine became badass, though. Boy, I tell you. Whew. That's why I said congratulations, because she said, where's my shadow? Because this is fencing to come in handy. She learned that no matter how sad you are, no matter how lonely you are, no matter how you want to see the good in humanity, and that's a beautiful trait to have. But wisdom would say anything that is close to you, some things is just not wisdom to do, because not everybody has a full deck of cards. And that is potential to make your life a living nightmare because of it. So even though you may feel like you're in the remote areas and all that, because that's what happened to a lot of feminines. Her vulnerabilities were exploited by opportunists. So she learned, like, shit, let's learn shit, hell to the no. And in work environments and so forth, like, shit, no. No telling, having people know your business and trying to make friends, none of that. Because people be haters, people be miserable cunts and fucks and be cold haters. And people be haters not on the same shit. I just need to quickly throw that out there. It's amazing. This threw feminine aback for possibly half of her life. It's amazing of what people be hating on, and people who have all this wealth of seemingly a lot. She be in less positions, and this motherfucker still somehow managed to be hating. So because of that, she realized, like, hey, I'm not trying to be harm to people, but you just can't. Not everybody is mature. Not everybody is grounded. You guys, people who are spiritual thieves, vampires, they don't know how to get off their duff and develop energetically and spiritually on their own. So they want your vibe, they want your personality, they want your creativity, they want your uniqueness, they want your stylo, they want your lingo, they they want to be they want to be able to walk like you, talk like you. They had absolutely no fucking motivation until you. Now, all of a sudden, motherfuckers are walking around here like peacocks in this motherfucker. And ostriches and shit. They had nothing, no motivation at all. It was sitting on a damn dove staring at the TV. Now all of a sudden they want to dress up. Now all of a sudden they want to get a purse. Now all of a sudden they want to, yeah. See, feminine, she caught on. But see, it would be nice if she was motivating people in a healthy way and they were inspired in healthy ways without trying to basically infiltrate her personality or take on her personality or persona, or also without trying to undermine her equally simultaneously as they are getting the inspiration from her. She peeped the game. So she goes, see, this is why people may think I'm moving funny, and it's for a reason. They prove her right every goddamn time. People get weird. They don't like their beliefs. Da 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 da. Culty, cults. She ain't interested in a cult. Divine Feminine is not interested in cults. Okay, she broke free from cults. She's not interested in cults. Cult type people are not free thinkers. And she realized that that's how a lot of people are. So she wants to stay to herself. Because this is a part of the fuckery. All these people start being weird. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Trolling and shit. Trolls. Full blown trolls. Spitting haterade. Sitting there hate watching. Why is she any of these people's business is what feminine pushed from the beginning. Why is she any of these nigga bitches business at all? Because she's not. Congratulations, feminine. Major life lesson. Forever changed. In a good way. Because when things can go south, in other circumstances, you break up with somebody or you end a friendship or a family ship or, something happening in your work environment. When you haven't allowed people to be too ingrained in your personal, then it's not going to even vibe like that. When you're staying to yourself, wherever you buy your home at or wherever your children's homes are, when you stay to yourself and things happen, well, you have nothing personal going on with these people. They don't know much. And so there's nothing to feud. There's no feud there because, again, you're not involved with them and they're not involved with you. You're not doing nothing to them. They're not doing nothing to you. You're keeping it cordial, hello, niceties, and, all of that. Likewise with work. You know, you go through a breakup and you're working it. Well, if you wasn't fucking with the motherfucker that's at your job, well, you ain't got to worry about somebody trying to sabotage your job. You ain't got to worry about somebody, you know, it's uncomfortable and y'all in the same workspace, and you ain't got to worry about the people looking, because you see that you may still be hurting and need to heal, but at least that's not you. You see that? When you keep oh, don't worry, son, I'm gonna have a nice little good old time with the weirdos that fuck with you. They might as well just go ahead and swallow and put their seatbelt on for the rest of their living wretched days. Y'all I got a big ass goofy smile on my face because I mean it. Why I'm whoop ass every day. And I require the ass whooping. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's like too damn bad. They shouldn't be an idiot. These people should have put them down like rabid dogs a long time ago. And since they didn't do it, then me and my team have to do what the fuck we have to do. Dumbasses. Shit. Give me that. This is back to the statement. Feminine knows and realizes that she has a right to live and be and thrive, her and her children, which means this: the fighting against these people trying to continue to victimize her and her children with thinking that she ain't gonna wreak hell on everybody's life until the end of days, because she is. She's patient and she's into the slow game. However long it's gonna take, baby. They're coming for her life and her children. Now, that's going to lessen the load on us. We're going to still have life issues and things. We're not going to bypass everything, but by golly, I can feel the sense of as you move forward. You ain't going to be disclosed and all that. No, I don't need as needed. And being selective. Once, you know, some of y'all are already networking, or you're trying to connect and you're networking and putting your feelers out to meet people outside of your, you know, your comfort zones and outside of your surroundings and stuff. And that's good. That's good. And continue to do that and sift through, because this is how we're going to be getting to our soul tribe. And this is how we're going to be getting to these higher vibrational connections that we have lacked, because that's what the divine feminine lacked. High vibrational connections from the beginning. These are the people entitled to her. Hell, these are the people that's half of them probably got their asses in here now. Maybe. Because these are the trolls that's entitled to her energy, entitled to her children, entitled. Just mental patience, 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 bitch. Her blood, she is going to have the most fun with. Yes, she is, dear. They're first, baby. But then her immediate environment, because see, now she's put a judgment call. She put a few different calls out here recently. I said, very well. we got a couple things we got to do. Because see, these scallywags, they didn't get the memo. They didn't get the goddamn memo. So she's working with the equalizers. She's working with people herself in the background. I'm going to make this clear. You will lose your life coming for me and mine. You understand? You will lose your life. You will lose your fucking life. I'll make it clear. Whether this is to do with spell work or sending people, I want this to be understood. You will fucking lose your life. It is advised you all think long and hard and deep of what you are ready to lose for your ego. I am not to be fucked with, nor is my son. And this needs to go in deeply. You will lose your fucking life. You will lose everything that matters to you. And there will be signs along the way to show you that I am telling the truth. It's not that deep, people. Figure out a way in life like everybody else to go and heal and deal with disappointment, and a healthier way to make money. My own blood did not believe that they'd ever have to suffer for what they did to me and my son. Their suffering has just started. You will be no different. And that is on behalf of all divine feminines that resonate with this story. You will die. You will lose. Death will surround you. It's the dumbest thing to try to come for folks like the divine feminines and their children. You don't know what you're dealing with. It would have been better for all these people And I mean all these folks that all this shit has been, it would have been better for each one of them to mind their business. They wouldn't have gone through half the shit that they've gone through thus far. Feminine ain't bothered. Nah, none of you. You all's problem with her is that she can see. And she's an individual. And that she doesn't have a problem with sharing what she goes through, even if it don't leave you in the greatest of light if you had part of some fuckery. That's what you all's problem is. She wanted to be left alone. She didn't want to make trouble. She didn't want to have trouble for her kid. She tried to make sure that they stayed out of people's way. See, because this is all unfolding. Because you got some people that's got some demon kids out here in these here streets, causing problems everywhere. Tornado and shit. Catastrophe. Going around fucking up shit. She wasn't looking for problems. She wasn't looking for trouble. People came to her with it. She wasn't manhunting. I know some of these country ass towns, you know, everybody, you know, when that's what you desperate about and everybody fighting about, they have this assumption that, you know, that's what everybody doing, but it ain't. She wasn't worried about none of these people's men. She wasn't trying to, I promise, I can put a seal of promise on it, okay? It wasn't like that. She definitely went out here trying to break up people's happy homes and shit. She wasn't trying to step on people's toes. She wasn't even trying to project her spirituality. She wasn't trying to convert people and she wanted to be left alone. She wanted her and her children to be left alone and to be treated humanely like everybody else. And these humans couldn't even fucking do the goddamn bare minimum. They couldn't do that. This is why she unleashed hell.